On March 11th, 2021, Jacob Degrom of the New York Mets did something people usually don't do in spring training games. Facing a Houston Astros lineup that featured only one hitter that's expected to be in the opening day lineup, Degrom revved back and threw a fastball that was clocked in at over 102 miles an hour. That's not supposed to happen. Not for a 32-year-old, and definitely not during spring training when pitchers and hitters are just getting back into the swing of things. But simply put, Jacob Degrom is built different. Hi everyone, welcome to the Two-Seamer, where my job is to answer baseball questions that nobody's asking. Today, we're going to be looking at one of my favorite pitchers to watch, Mets ace Jacob Degrom, and how recent developments have me pumped for what I think might be an extremely rare but still Hall of Fame career. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, and without further delay, let's get into it. Throwing hard isn't something new for Jacob Degrom. Degrom's been throwing hard ever since he came into the league in 2014. But like an aged fine wine, Degrom is only improving with age. Degrom's average four-seam fastball has improved from 93.9 in 2016, which ranked 38th in the league, to 95.1 in 2017, 95.8 in 2018, 96.9 in 2019, to a blazing average of 98.7 miles an hour in the 2020 season, which was the top mark in the whole league. In fact, Degrom is throwing so hard these days that he was almost a full mile per hour faster than the next top speed of 97.9, owned by exciting Dodgers fireballer Dustin May. This yearly increase in velocity has me pumped for what could be a Hall of Fame career for Jacob Degrom. But I wouldn't be doing his career any justice if we didn't first take a look at how he got here. Believe it or not, Jacob Degrom wasn't always the fireballing ace you see today. In fact, Degrom didn't even pitch at Stetson until his junior year. Degrom was the definition of a defense-first, light-hitting infielder that is important to a team, but not exactly the kind of player you'll find on an MLB team's radar. He did lead the offense with 6 sacrifice bunts his sophomore season though, so you go Degrom, you go. This all led to a breakout junior season that would turn out to be his last at Stetson. He put up a .448 ERA that season with a 4-5 record, while also hitting for a respectable .263 average. He even hit his first and only home run of his college career against future MLB ace Chris Sale. That's right, the light-hitting Jacob Degrom gave one a ride far past the outfield fences against one of the best pitchers in the last decade. That's just baseball for you right there. But in all seriousness, Degrom's junior season turned scouts' heads and led him to being drafted in the 9th round of the 2010 MLB draft by the New York Mets in what was a star-studded draft that included the likes of Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Christian Yelich, Chris Sale, Yasmani Grandal, Noah Syndergaard, and JT Realmuto. Yeah, this draft was good. Jacob Degrom's career faced a big setback, however, when the young pitcher underwent Tommy John surgery, just 6 starts into his minor league career. While this pushed back his debut, Degrom ended up rehabbing well from his elbow injury, and when he got the call to the big leagues, took off in an absolutely huge way. On May 15th, against the crosstown rival New York Yankees, Jacob threw a gem to the tune of 7 innings, giving up only 1 run while striking out 6. The Yankees did end up winning that game by a score of just 1-0, but that start showed the world just what Degrom was made of. In that start, our favorite version of Degrom, the slap-hitting version, in his very first MLB at-bat, got a hit, breaking what was an 0-for-64 hitless streak for Mets pitchers to begin the season, an MLB record. You know, you really can't make this stuff up. In his rookie season, Degrom pitched to the tune of a .269 ERA with a 9-6 record over the course of 140.1 innings, winning him the Rookie of the Year award. Since then, Degrom's 7 years in the big leagues have been nothing but consistently great. He currently has a career ERA of .269, and that number is lowering by the year. In his best season in the bigs, Degrom absolutely set the world on fire to the tune of a minuscule 1.70 ERA over the course of 217 innings. Degrom somehow only went 10-9 that year, which shows you just how broken of a stat wins can be, but we're gonna let that one slide for you now, Mets fans. Degrom has already won the Cy Young Award twice in his career, finishing in third place in 2020. So, what does this mean for Degrom's Hall of Fame chances? The Hall of Fame is where the best players in MLB history are immortalized. Making the Hall of Fame is about more than just being a great player. Degrom's biggest obstacle to making it to the Hall of Fame is his late start. While he came onto the scene running, Degrom didn't debut in the majors until he was already 26 years old. He's now 32 years old and has only recorded 70 wins in his career to this point. For comparison's sake, recently inducted Hall of Famer Mike Mussina already had 71 wins in his career by his age 26 season. By the time Mussina was 32, he already had 147 of his career 270 win total. Now, Mussina's career trajectory looks a little bit different than Degrom's. Mussina never won a Cy Young Award. Mussina got in on the merit of being consistently good for 18 years, rather than being the best pitcher in the league. So, what precedent even is there for Degrom making it to the Hall of Fame? Let's take a look at the career of Dodgers legend Sandy Koufax. Koufax is widely recognized as one of the best pitchers of all time, but only ended up pitching for 12 years, and really only 10 of those were full seasons. At the age of 30, in the prime of his career, Koufax was forced to retire due to chronic arthritis in his pitching arm that he feared that if he continued to pitch on, would have lost complete use of his arm later in life. While he was in the majors though, Koufax made use of the time he did have. During his time in the league, Koufax pitched to the tune of a .276 ERA, winning 3 Cy Young Awards, finishing third another time, and even won an MVP award. He also led the NL 5 different times in ERA, while leading the entire major league in strikeouts 4 other times. Koufax threw 4 career no-hitters, which is good for second all-time behind only Nolan Ryan. When it comes to WAR, Koufax finished his career with only a 48.9 WAR due to his lack of time in the league. But it's what Koufax did in his years in the league that mattered. Koufax deserved to make it to the Hall of Fame because no one has ever had a peak quite like his. So, what does this mean for Degrom? Degrom is currently about to start his age 33 season, an age most pitchers start slowing down. But we see Degrom throwing harder than ever. It doesn't look like he'll be slowing down anytime soon either. He ranks in the 100th percentile, 100th percentile in fastball velocity, 97th percentile in K rate, 93rd percentile in expected ERA, and the 90th percentile in fastball spin rate. All that being said, if Degrom retired today, he wouldn't make it into the Hall of Fame. As broken of a stat wins is, no starting pitcher is getting into the Hall of Fame with just 70 wins, and players aren't even allowed on the ballot until they've played in at least 10 MLB seasons. Needless to say, Degrom has some work to do. To make it into the Hall of Fame, I believe that Degrom needs to have at least 5 more great seasons, taking him through his age 37 season. This would match him with Sandy Koufax's 12 years in the league. If he's able to put up 5 WAR a season for the next 5 seasons, that would give Degrom a career WAR of 63.1, certainly enough for strong consideration to the Hall of Fame. On top of this, if Degrom can win at least another 80 games in the next 5 years, which comes out to be about 16 wins a season, it would bring him to a total of 150 wins, which I believe would put him in a spot where wins aren't as much of a deterrent to some of his voters. Lastly, I think the absolute biggest thing Degrom can do to improve his odds to making it would be to win another Cy Young Award. Having 2 Cy Young Awards already under his belt puts him in great territory, but 3 Cy Young Awards puts him into absolutely elite territory. In Major League history, this is the list of players with 3 or more Cy Young Awards. Our friend Sandy Koufax, Roger Clemens, Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, Greg Maddux, Clayton Kershaw, Pedro Martinez, Jim Palmer, Tom Seaver, and Max Scherzer. In this list of 10 players with 3 or more Cy Young Awards, 7 are already in the Hall of Fame. 2 are well on their way there, and 1, well, he might be held out for some other reasons. If there's anything Degrom can do to solidify his chances, it would be to win another Cy Young Award. So, what do I think Degrom's chances are of punching a ticket to Cooperstown? While you can't always project for health or natural decline, I give Degrom a two-seamer certified 60% chance of getting into the Hall of Fame. If Degrom is able to win another Cy Young Award, those odds bump up to what I believe is a nearly certain inclusion if he's able to stay healthy and pitch a few more years. But hey, I'm just a regular dude who loves baseball, so don't take that to the bank. And everybody, thanks for watching. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I'm just starting off as a new YouTuber, and honestly, it helps grow the channel in a big way. Leave a comment below if you think I'm on point with Degrom's chances of getting in, and also leave a comment if you have any other ideas for videos I should do. Until next time, peace.